Hey everybody, it's the DailyWEE, episode 11, I believe. Just wanted to chat with you a little bit on my walk back across the bridge. So I think a couple days ago I did the one walking over the bridge, and this is me exiting the island of Sentosa. So today, what do I want to talk about? Well, talking a little bit about what's going on with the old body. So like I had said before, I was doing about an 8-week, I'd been working out, consistently, and then I did an 8-week run, and it's very precise. But one of the things was my goal was to try and do exactly what the workout had stated in the Ultimate Diet 2.0, and I think I overdid it in the sense that I was trying to add weight too quickly, even with kind of where I was at with my joints and everything. My mobility was pretty good, but I think my muscles were growing quicker than what my joints were used to the weight, primarily on my hamstrings. So that's kind of there's been a bit of a cascade effect, and that's something you'll find is one muscle group could then influence another muscle group and then another muscle group and whatnot. So then I took 12 weeks off from diet and exercise because I wanted to see what would happen if I took to try this thing of what would happen if I stopped working out, which like a lot of us do. And what then getting back into it, what does that look like? And what that looks like for me right now is I've decided to start going to a chiropractor. And I went to my first one last week, and then I'm also going to a physio to work on the muscles. And one of the things that there are really small muscles, because I'm a firm believer in this, is we tend to get too strong. So our big like motor, like the large motor group muscles tend to get too strong, and they overpower the smaller, very finite, or not finite, but very small muscles that tie into these bigger muscle groups, and they can kind of get lost in the wash. So one of the things that I'm working on, so I went into the physio. She gave me some exercises that are very small, and at first you think like, these are so easy, but it's surprising how profound of an effect that can have. These kind of like core, she kind of called them core, but we kind of think of core as being like our abdominal and whatnot, but there's other smaller muscle groups within that need to be firing properly for everything else to kind of cascade and fire properly. And interestingly enough, that same day that I went and did this, and I've been thinking about it, there was a book that I had read before called The Body Has Its Reasons, and it's very, very similar. She calls it kind of anti-exercise. It's this idea, again, not that we need to get stronger, but we actually have to like work on kind of allowing these smaller muscle groups to do their job so that the bigger groups can do their job. So I have a friend who I hadn't talked to in a long time, and he sends me an article that same day about this very stuff. It's talking about these smaller muscle groups that can help out. So I'm going to continue to work on that personally, like doing the exercises that this physio had given me. And they're 3 very, very simple exercises. I might do a video of them. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow and just kind of show you what I'm going through specifically. But it's something to keep in mind, because again, the way I look at this, it's about, yesterday I talked about what then, and I was trying to recreate that. Typically I would keep moving, keep going, but I wanted to see and kind of experience what would it be like just to quit for a bit, because I've been on a pretty good run. I was on probably a year and something run of continuing, and man, I'm regretting it. With that said, it's a good challenge, and it's something I'm experienced a lot of like stiffness and muscle pain to just go from working out really hard and then stopping. But that's what can happen, especially if you haven't done anything for a while. You get into it, you go hard, and then you get injured, and then you stop, and now you have this even bigger mountain to climb. So I can't stress enough about just taking your time, and it's not a sprint, it's the marathon. So that's kind of my message today. I hope you guys are well. Keep moving, people. And this is Binge of the Body Whisperer. Take care.